everyone, this is Nicole. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to share a really quick and easy way for you to create a wet on wet technique watercolor background using some watercolor brush markers. I'm going to start with a background stamp set for today's project. This is Moroccan Mosaic stamp set from Altenew. This is a 6x8 stamp set with great background image. I'm going to heat emboss the background on a white watercolor paper with white embossing powder. So this is going to create a very soft background outlines for our background image. And heat embossing is awesome when it comes to watercoloring because you can be very forgiving with coloring and they usually don't go above the lines or out of the lines. So I'm going to pre-wet this with some clean water, and I am using Tropical Fiesta watercolor brush markers from Altenew that was just released. What I am doing is I'm wetting the area and I am dropping the pigment on the desired area and going back again if I want the colors to be more intense. When you're doing a wet on wet technique, this is really easy to help the colors spread out throughout the whole project that you want to work on. And this is a great way to test out your blendability on your watercolors and also to just let the color and water mix and flow naturally to create a beautiful blend on their own. So what I'm doing is I'm wetting the section that I want to drop pigments on heavily with clean water, and I am going in with a brush marker to drop the pigments, and I am just working on sections, and I am also overlapping some color so that it creates a blend effect. And I love working with watercolor brush markers because these are synthetic brush tip that kind of gives you a feel of real watercolor brush with pigments already a part of installed in the brush pedal. And also this is a one-way flow, so even if you are mixing the pigments, it's not going to contaminate the brushes, nor the ink on the watercolor that's sitting on there right now would flow back into the ink barrel. So this is a great way for you to just drop the pigments easily in quickly and just have fun with mixing colors. So I am going with a rainbow order. I am feeling very rainbowy lately because the weather has been a lot nicer and we're feeling a little bit of spring where I'm at here. And I wanted to add nice range of red to orange to green to blue to purple. So you can always go back and drop more pigments to achieve the intensity that you like. And you will see that some pigments, like the purple one over here, I added a lot of water. So you will see that it kind of goes over the line, but don't worry about it. As it dries, you'll be able to kind of clean that up and wipe it with a clean tissue. So after I let it fully dry, I'm going to trim this into a desired size. I am cutting this into a 4/4 by 5 1/4. I'm sorry, 4" by 5 1/4. And this is going to be a great background piece for my A2 size cardstock. I'm going to use a 110-pound Neenah Solar White cardstock for a card base. I like to use a heavy cardstock for my card bases. And I'm going to foam mount this watercolor panel onto the card base directly. So this is going to go on a nice white card base and going to give a little bit of borderline around the watercolor panel, just adding a nice background for the colors to even stand out more. I wanted to add a very simple sentiment because the background is really busy and also very colorful and so pretty, so I don't want to cover up a whole lot of those blending colors that we created on this project. So I'm going to add just really simple Be a Dreamer greetings from the Happy Dreams stamp set. I really love how cute this sentiment is, and I thought it would be a great one to send to any of my friends that could use some of encouraging sentiments in their life. So I'm going to just stamp this in a jet black and stamp it onto a white cardstock. And I'm going to just fussy cut around the circle part of the sentiment only. So there are some arrows on above the top portion of the grading, and also some 3 dots on the bottom portion of the grading. So I'm just going to cut that around, and you're going to use a scissor that you're comfortable with. And the trick is to help with the fussy cutting, even if it's just a simple round shape. You're going to want to turn the paper around, not the scissor around. So that's one quick tip that you can use. So I'm going to go ahead and use a foam tape to mount this as well. So I'm just going to stick that on. I want to add a bit more dimension and texture on it, just to add something between the background and the sentiment. So I'm adding a bit of rounded these twine, and I'm just going to bunch them up and stick it right behind the sentiment as well. So that's going to create a nice texture without creating too much distractions for the background to not stand out. And that pretty much finishes today's card. I hope you enjoyed it. This technique is great for any new watercolor enthusiasts, for card makers or scrapbookers. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Make sure to check the thumbs up button and comment below. And if you're new to my channel, I hope you subscribe, because I love hearing from you guys. So thank you so much for leaving comments, and thank you for being a subscriber ahead of time. And if you are interested in any of the products that I use in today's project, you can click the description link below, or go to my website at scrapsandstamps.com to see more details on photos, project how-tos, and also fun giveaways. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.